Hi, it's your real estate geek, Andrew Finney here. So today's real estate trends video is about who pays the real estate agent commission when you're buying or selling a home. A lot of people wonder about this, especially as you get ready to plan to sell your home, or if you're buying a home, you're planning to buy it and calculating your total buyer closing costs from your down payment to your buyer closing costs to any additional fees that you may incur in the purchase of your new home. And sellers are always wondering about that too, because they got to watch that bottom line. Obviously, when someone sells a home, they're going to be moving on to their next home, and they need that money most of the time for a down payment on their new home, or to pay off some other stuff that they have in mind. So let's get into using a fictitious example, and I'm using a fictitious example so there's no violation of the Sherman Antitrust Act. A real estate agent, a licensed realtor in the United States, is not allowed to actually tell you what a average commission is, oddly enough. So let's just stay in compliance with the Sherman Antitrust Act. So in the fictitious example we're going to use a 6% number as a real estate commission, just as a fictitious example. So let's say that the 6% listing commission, does that mean that it all goes to the listing broker? No, it does not. In most cases, a 6% listing commission would be split in half, with 3% going to the listing broker and 3% going to the buyer broker. From there, it gets broken down again, where depending on a real estate agent's commission split with the brokerage that they work with, it'll get broke down as much as 50%, 60-40, whatever the case may be. And from there, then the real estate agent still has franchise fees if they're part of a larger brokerage, or other fees that they incur as part of being a real estate agent with that brokerage. And a good old Uncle Sam, of course, has got to get their hand in it. But how does this affect you? It affects you by knowing that whenever you get ready to sell your home, it's important for you to know what most agents are going to be looking at. And going back towards the Sherman Antitrust Act, every commission is negotiable between what you and your listing agent agree upon. Now, that conversation, it may be different, it may be higher, it may be lower. It just depends on the conversation that you actually have with your listing agent, and if that listing agent wishes to work with you and you wish to work with them. When you meet with a real estate agent, it's not like, I know that there's a thought process out there that all real estate agents just jump on all kinds of business all the time and they just work with whomever. It's just not the case. A professional real estate consultant is going to meet with you and better understand your position and what you're looking at, and understand how you can work together to get your home sold if you're selling, or work with you to help you find your new home when you're buying your new home. Everything should be disclosed up front, whether you're listing your home or buying a home, and everything should be agreed upon up front before any services are actually rendered. It's very important to understand that it's more of a two-way interview between a listing agent or a buying agent and a seller and or a buyer. It's very important to understand that, because we're all people, and real estate really comes down to just a simple conversation that's about how best to help somebody achieve their goals. And you know as well as I do that you're going to have some people that you click with right away, and you're going to have some people that you don't click with right away. It's about finding that comfort level, that trust factor, and that just overall likability with the person that you're working with, in addition to having the confidence they can get the job done. So we've actually made some other videos about how to find a good real estate agent, and I would highly recommend that you take a look at that video. I'll go ahead and put the link up on the screen for you to make it easy. And really, you want to start with just looking at the agent's ratings and reviews. When you look at an agent's ratings, you want to, if they're 4-star and above, cool. There's going to be a lot of 5 stars out there. To be honest with you, there's going to be an overwhelming majority of agents going to have 5 stars. So then it goes down to how many reviews does that agent have, and actually reading the reviews and seeing what families said about them, and figuring out if they're the right ones for you. Whether you're looking at buying or selling a home, you want to look for certain designations in the real estate world. Those designations could include an accredited buyer's representative for a buyer, also denoted as an ABR, and for a seller, it could be a seller's residential specialist, a representative specialist that you might want to look for, which is an SRS. And there's another designation, which is kind of the big boy of residential real estate, called a CRS, a certified residential specialist. And if your thought process is that you want the absolute best in the business, then look for a CRS. That's kind of a funny saying, or a quick saying to remember, is when you want the best, look for a CRS. And that's what you want to do. So if you have any questions about this video, or you have anything that you want to share with your tips about how to find a real estate agent, or who pays a commission, or why are certain things the way that they are, I'm happy to help you. You can always drop me a line. I'm going to put my email up. Even if you just want to say hi real quick, I'd love to hear from you. If you found this video useful and you took something away from it, please give me those thumbs up, subscribe now, and by the way, share it around. You never know who this video is going to help. Enjoy a terrific day.